Have you ever felt like you need to explain yourself just to be accepted? Like your decisions aren't enough unless someone else approves them? We've all been there. But here's the truth. You don't need to explain anything to anyone. The constant need to justify our choices, our lives, and who we are drains our energy and takes away our power. The moment you stop seeking approval, you free yourself to live the life you were meant to live. So let's dive into how you can break free from this cycle and start living on your own terms. This isn't just about making decisions, it's about reclaiming your life and embracing the confidence to stand tall without explanations. Are you ready to take control? Why do we constantly feel the need to explain ourselves? It's rooted in the desire for approval. From an early age, we're taught that validation from others is necessary to feel worthy. We crave that nod of agreement, that good job, that feeling that we belong. But here's the hard truth. Constantly seeking approval shackles us. It holds us back from making authentic choices because we're too busy considering how others will react. It's a trap, and we fall into it without even realizing it. The fear of rejection is powerful. When we worry too much about what others think, we limit ourselves. We limit our potential. We become paralyzed by fear. Fear that our decisions won't be accepted. Fear that we'll be judged. Fear that we'll be alone. But ask yourself, who are you really living for? If you're living for the approval of others, you're never going to be truly happy. You're playing a game that's rigged against you. Stop. It's time to choose to live for yourself. Every time you explain yourself, you give away a piece of your power. It's like handing someone the remote control to your life. When you justify your actions, you let others dictate your worth and decisions. The more you explain, the more you shrink. You lose yourself in the pursuit of validation. The cycle is vicious. Explain, justify, seek approval, then doubt yourself all over again. This is not a path to fulfillment. Your self-worth should never be tied to what others think of you. It's your life, your decisions. If your confidence comes from seeking external validation, it will always be unstable. What happens when someone doesn't agree with you? Your confidence crumbles. But when you find your worth in your own choices, in your own values, nothing can shake you. Remember, your worth is not up for negotiation. It's yours by birthright. The key to breaking free is to stop making excuses for the choices you've made. Embrace your decisions, good or bad, and own the consequences. Life is a journey, and every step you take shapes your future. When you stop apologizing for your choices, you begin to reclaim your power. You take full ownership of your life. And that's where true confidence is born. Your life is like a garden. It's yours to cultivate. The seeds you plant today, your decisions, your values, your actions will shape what grows tomorrow. So plant your dreams without waiting for anyone's approval. Stop seeking permission. Live unapologetically. The freedom that comes with owning your life is like no other. When you take responsibility for your choices, you take control of your future. Facing the fear of judgment is one of the hardest challenges you'll ever face. We all fear what others might think, but here's a reality check. Judgment says more about them than it does about you. When you stop explaining yourself, you stop giving power to those judgments. Their opinions are just that. Opinions, they don't define you. So what's the worst that could happen if you stop explaining yourself? You might lose a few superficial relationships, but the ones that truly matter, the ones who will respect you for being unapologetically you, will stand by your side. And those are the relationships that are worth investing in. Let go of the fear of judgment. Step forward with confidence and live life on your terms. The power of self-validation is life-changing. When you validate yourself, you're no longer dependent on anyone else's approval. The strength to move forward comes from within. This shift is a game changer. When you stop explaining your every move, you create space for growth. You stop shrinking and start expanding. Think about the people who inspire you. Do they explain themselves to everyone? Do they apologize for being bold, for chasing their dreams, for standing out? No, they live their truth without needing anyone's permission. You can do the same. Your self-worth is not defined by others. It comes from your actions, your choices, and your confidence. The more you embrace your true self, the more others will be inspired by your strength. Living without apology is the ultimate freedom. It's the peace that comes when you no longer feel the weight of needing to explain or justify yourself. You let go of the pressure to be anything other than your true self. This peace allows you to attract the right people, those who appreciate the real you, who accept you without the need for an explanation. Imagine dropping a heavy load from your shoulders. Every explanation, every justification, every apology. The relief is incredible. You stand taller, you breathe easier, you move faster toward your goals. That's the power of living unapologetically. It's not just about being free from judgment, It's about embracing who you are without hesitation, without regret. The first step to stop explaining yourself is setting clear boundaries. Learn to say no without needing to justify it. When you say no, say it with confidence. No excuses, no explanations. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but with practice it becomes easier. The more you say no without explanations, the more you reclaim your time, your energy, and your power. Taking action without fear is key. Stop waiting for permission to be yourself. Every small step you take without explaining is a victory. It might be hard at first, but every time you choose yourself over the need for validation, you grow stronger. And over time, this practice builds an unshakable confidence. This is your challenge, your life, your rules, no explanations necessary. You have the power to take control. Reclaim your decisions, your path, your truth. It's time to stop living for others and start living for yourself. The ripple effect of unapologetic living is powerful. When you live on your own terms, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage becomes contagious. So go out there and live boldly. Live without explanations. Make decisions without justification. The world needs you to show up as your true, unapologetic self. Your dreams, your success, and your life are waiting for you to claim them. No explanations necessary. Now is your time. Step into your power. Have you ever found yourself constantly justifying your decisions, explaining why you do what you do, or why you chose the path you're on? Have you ever felt like you can't move forward unless everyone around you understands and approves? I want you to pause for a moment and reflect. Why do we feel the need to explain ourselves all the time? The truth is, this need comes from a place of fear and insecurity. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, and the worst part, this fear keeps us from living the life we truly want. Today, we're going to tackle that fear, step by step. I'll show you why you don't owe anyone an explanation and how releasing that burden will empower you to live unapologetically. Are you ready to break free from the chains of constant justification? Root of the problem lies in our fear of judgment. Deep down, we all fear how others perceive us. Whether it's a friend, family member, or even a stranger, we worry about what they'll think of our choices. This fear is deeply ingrained in us, especially as we grow up in a world that rewards conformity. Society tells us to fit in, to follow the rules, and to seek approval. But here's the kicker. Why do we feel like we owe others an explanation for living our lives? Every time we justify our actions, we give others a piece of our personal power. We allow their opinions to dictate how we move through the world. And that's not how we were meant to live. Constantly explaining yourself costs you more than you think. Every time you offer an explanation, you're giving away your power. You're weakening your own authority over your life. It's like giving someone else the remote control to your happiness. The more you explain, the more you shrink and the less in control you become. And when you constantly seek approval, you begin to lose sight of who you truly are. It erodes your confidence. It chips away at your sense of self-worth. Reflect on this for a moment. What happens to your confidence when you constantly explain yourself? It fades, it gets weaker, and your ability to make bold, confident decisions diminishes. The cost is too high. At the end of the day, the real question is, who are you really living for? Is your life being driven by the expectations of others, or are you making decisions based on what feels right for you? It's time to stop living to meet others' expectations. Stop seeking permission for every step you take. True power comes from owning your choices without needing validation from anyone. When you shift your focus inward and make decisions based on your values and desires, you free yourself from the need to explain. It's about taking ownership of your life and choosing your own path. Ask yourself again, who is driving your life, yourself or the opinions of others? Take control. It's time to stop explaining and start living. Have you ever felt like life keeps happening to you, instead of you making things happen? Have you ever blamed others for your circumstances or felt stuck, as if you're waiting for someone else to change things for you? Let me tell you something, it's time to stop waiting for someone else to take the reins of your life. Today is the day you take full ownership of your life. It's time to stop making excuses and start living on your own terms. The power you seek is within you, and it's been waiting for you to claim it. No more shifting blame, no more playing small. When you take ownership of your decisions, you unlock your true potential. Are you ready to break free from the chains of excuses? Are you ready to step into your power? The first step to freedom is understanding that ownership means taking full responsibility for your life, both the successes and the failures. When you stop blaming others, you free yourself from a victim mindset. Every time you point the finger outward, you are giving up your power to change. But when you take full ownership, you take control. It's not always easy, but it's necessary. No more excuses. It's time to stop waiting for someone to fix things for you. Are you ready to stop making excuses and start owning your life no matter what? If you're waiting for permission, you'll be waiting forever. The power to move forward is in your hands right now. Reclaiming your power starts with one simple action. Stop apologizing for your life. Stop playing small and pretending you owe others an explanation for your decisions. Your choices are yours to make, and there's strength in standing tall and owning them. Every time you apologize for being yourself, you are shrinking your power. But when you stop apologizing, you embrace your true self. You recognize that you don't need anyone's approval to live boldly. Think about it. How would it feel to stop apologizing for your life and start living on your own terms? That feeling, that freedom, is available to you right now. You are worthy of living without apology. Your life is your garden. Picture it for a moment. You're the gardener, and every decision you make is a seed that you plant. But here's the thing. When you rely on others for approval, it's like planting seeds without a clear vision of what you want to grow. It's like waiting for someone else to tell you where to plant your flowers or what kind of plants to nurture. That's not how you're meant to live. You are meant to plant the seeds that matter to you. When you take full ownership of your dreams, you water them with intention, and you trust the process. Imagine your life as a garden. What kind of growth could you have if you stopped asking for permission to plant the seeds? Stop waiting for others to give you the green light. The only approval you need is your own. Take ownership, plant your seeds, and let your dreams grow. Have you ever felt the weight of other people's opinions pressing down on you, keeping you from doing what you truly want? Have you found yourself holding back, questioning every move simply because you're afraid of being judged? It's exhausting, isn't it? But here's the truth, that fear is a lie. It's time to face the fact that most of what holds you back isn't reality, it's an illusion. Today, we're going to break that illusion down and take back your power. I'm going to show you how to stop letting the fear of judgment control your life and how to live on your own terms without fear of what others think. What you're about to hear will set you free. Free from the fear, the anxiety, and the insecurity. Are you ready to reclaim your life? The first step is recognizing that the fear of judgment is often just a product of your mind, not reality. You've created a story in your head where people's opinions are much more powerful than they really are. But the truth? Judgment is like a shadow. It only exists because you're focused on it. The moment you face it, it disappears. What's the worst that can happen if they judge you? Think about it. Is their opinion worth sacrificing your peace? If you step outside of their box, the world won't end. In fact, you'll feel freer than ever. Here's the truth about judgment. It's not about you. It's a projection of others' limited understanding of the world. When people judge you, they aren't defining who you are. They're simply revealing their own fears, insecurities, and narrow perspectives. Their judgment has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Why are you letting their lack of understanding control how you live your life? You are not a reflection of their ignorance. You are the creator of your own path. Stop letting their limitations define your choices. You are in control, not them. Now let's talk about taking back your power. The fear of judgment steals your freedom. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of playing small, hiding who you really are, and compromising your dreams. But what if you could let go of that fear? What if you could stop caring about what others think? The truth is, the key to living boldly is letting go of the need for approval. Imagine your life without the weight of other people's opinions holding you back. What would that look like? How different would you feel knowing that you could go after what you want without fear of judgment? The freedom to live unapologetically is yours for the taking. It's time to take it. Have you ever found yourself searching for approval, looking for someone to tell you that you're on the right path? Have you ever felt like your value depends on others seeing it first? Well, I'm here to tell you your worth has never been tied to anyone else's opinion. It's time to stop waiting for permission to be great. The only validation you need is the one you give yourself. In this speech, I'm going to show you how to stop seeking approval, how to build unshakable confidence, and how to truly recognize your value. You don't need anyone's stamp of approval to move forward. You need to believe in yourself first. What you're about to hear could be the turning point you've been waiting for. The truth is, true validation comes from within. It doesn't matter how many people approve of you or how many accolades you receive. Nothing will fill that void if you don't believe in your own worth. The moment you recognize that your value isn't up for debate, you stop seeking others' approval. You stop explaining yourself, seeking permission, or apologizing for who you are. What if you stopped waiting for others to recognize your value because you already knew it? Imagine how much more empowered you'd feel. When you learn to validate yourself, you take control of your life. You no longer wait for anyone's nod to move forward. You act, you decide, and you trust yourself. Confidence is a muscle. Just like you don't get stronger without lifting weights, you don't build confidence without using it. The more you trust your decisions, the stronger your belief in yourself becomes. And here's the thing, explaining yourself weakens the trust. The more you explain, the more you second-guess yourself, which is the opposite of confidence. Trusting yourself means making decisions without constantly looking over your shoulder to see if others approve. Every time you stand firm in your choices, you're flexing that muscle, building strength and fortifying your confidence. How would your life change if you trusted yourself completely without second-guessing? Imagine acting on your decisions with full belief, without doubt creeping in. That's the power of self-trust. Look at the people you admire most. They don't explain themselves, do they? They don't feel the need to justify their decisions. They simply make them and move forward. Think about the leaders, the trailblazers, the ones who inspire you. Their confidence isn't about talking people into their choices. It's about owning them. Confidence isn't about explaining your decisions to others. It's about making those decisions and standing by them no matter what anyone else thinks. Confidence is acting with decisiveness. It's trusting yourself enough to say, this is the path I'm on and I don't need to explain it to anyone. You can't build that kind of confidence by waiting for others to approve. You build it by trusting yourself and trusting your decisions. Have you ever felt like you were carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? Like you were constantly explaining yourself, justifying your decisions, and seeking approval from others? It's exhausting, isn't it? What if I told you that you don't have to live that way anymore? What if you could drop that burden and live authentically without the need to apologize for who you are? Today, I want to show you how to break free from the chains of constantly seeking validation. I'll help you understand the freedom that comes when you stop explaining your every move and start living your truth. This isn't just feel-good advice, it's a practical approach that can change the course of your life. Stay with me, because the peace and freedom you're about to discover could be life-changing. When you stop explaining yourself, something amazing happens. You set yourself free. You release the weight of constantly seeking approval from others. Imagine waking up every day and no longer stressing about whether you're meeting someone else's expectations. No more wondering if you're doing it right. When you stop explaining your choices, you stop carrying that heavy burden. Instead, you live your truth fully and unapologetically. How would your life change if you lived without the need for constant validation? What would it feel like to make decisions that align with who you are without worrying about how others perceive them? When you stop apologizing for who you are, you open the door to peace, freedom, and confidence. Now let's talk about relationships. The people you attract into your life are drawn to the real you, not a version of you that's constantly explaining or justifying your actions. When you let go of the habit of apologizing for your authentic self, you start attracting relationships that are genuine. These are connections built on honesty, mutual respect, and shared values. Think of living unapologetically as planting seeds in fertile soil. When you stop apologizing for being yourself, the right people start to grow around you. What if the right relationships are just waiting for you to stop apologizing for being yourself? The relationships you've always wanted are waiting for you to show up as your true unapologetic self. Living without apology is like taking off a heavy backpack that you've carried for years. The weight you've been lugging around is gone, and suddenly you feel lighter, freer, and more energized. Your path to your goals becomes clearer. You can breathe easier, move faster, and make decisions with confidence. Imagine what your life would look like if you no longer had to explain your every move. How much lighter would your life feel? The freedom you've been craving is already within your reach. It's waiting for you to stop carrying the unnecessary weight of apology. Have you ever felt like you're not quite fitting in? Like you're trying so hard to match the expectations of others, but no matter what you do, something just doesn't feel right? What if I told you that the very thing you've been trying to hide, your uniqueness, is actually your greatest strength? Today, I'm going to show you how embracing who you truly are can be the key to unlocking the life you've always wanted. No more blending in, no more pretending. It's time to celebrate what makes you different, because what the world really needs is you, the real, unapologetic version of yourself. Stick with me, because embracing your individuality isn't just a nice idea, it's a powerful move that can change everything for you. Your individuality isn't something you need to hide, it's a superpower. The world doesn't need another copy of what already exists, it needs what only you can offer. Think about it. The very things that make you different are the things that make you valuable. What if you stopped trying to fit in and fully embraced what makes you unique? What would happen if you celebrated your differences rather than apologizing for them? The truth is, when you embrace your individuality, you step into a strength that no one can take away from you. You begin to see that your differences aren't weaknesses, they're your greatest assets. Society tries to tell you how to fit into a mold. It tells you how to think, how to act, and what success should look like. But your purpose lies in breaking that mold. You were born to lead, not follow. The more you own who you are, the more you inspire others to do the same. It's like being a trailblazer, lighting the path for others to follow their own journey. Think about all the great leaders in history. They didn't fit in, they stood out. How much of your life have you spent trying to follow the crowd? What would it look like if you led instead? If you showed up fully yourself, unapologetically? The world would take notice, and so would you. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. The world doesn't need an apology for your uniqueness. It needs you to show up fully. Every time you shrink, you're robbing the world of your true power. You matter. Your presence matters. It's time to stop making yourself small and start standing tall. The world needs your unapologetic self. Don't hide anymore. Show up, take up space, and let your light shine. Have you ever found yourself constantly justifying your decisions, explaining every choice you make, or apologizing for being yourself? How much energy does that take? How much time do you waste on trying to please everyone or meet their expectations? What if you stopped? What if you could make decisions with confidence without having to explain yourself to anyone? This isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's about reclaiming your power. Today, I'm going to share with you how to stop explaining yourself, take control of your life, and begin living unapologetically. This isn't just a lesson, this is a path to true freedom. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could transform how you live, how you lead, and how you think. Let me tell you something. The power of no is incredible. It's the simple yet profound ability to set boundaries. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your decisions. When you say no and own it, you take control. Boundaries aren't just walls, they are foundations of self-respect and peace. So how do you start? Practice saying no without excuses. It's a simple action, but it will completely shift how you interact with the world. Think about how often you find yourself justifying your choices. What would your life look like if you no longer felt the need to explain yourself? Imagine the freedom in that. Here's the key: commitment to yourself. Making the bold decision today to stop explaining yourself is the first step toward lasting change. This isn't about being rude or dismissive. It's about respecting your time, your energy, and your values. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. It's a shift. But over time, you'll find peace in your decisions. And that peace, it will grow with every choice you make. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Can you commit right now to no longer justifying every choice you make? Think about how much mental and emotional energy you'll save. That's power. Every time you stop explaining yourself, you strengthen your confidence. You reinforce your self-worth. Your decisions become clearer, and your path becomes more direct. This builds unstoppable confidence. And here's the thing, your empowered decisions will inspire others to do the same. You'll start to create a culture of authenticity around you. What would it feel like to make decisions without hesitation, trusting yourself completely, fully aligned with your values? Every unapologetic choice you make sends a message that you value yourself, and that's contagious. It's time to stop explaining. Start owning. Start empowering yourself. ChatGPT said, "You've listened to the lessons, the strategies, and the hard truths. Now it's time to step up." This is your life. You have the power to shape it, but here's the catch. You need to stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone else's approval. It's time to reclaim your power. You are in control. You hold the reins of your own life, your own destiny. No one else can steer you, and no one else should. The choices you make, the path you follow, those are yours and yours alone. You don't need anyone's validation to move forward. Trust yourself. Trust that you know what's best for you. Own your story. Don't let anyone dictate your journey. The only person you need to answer to is you. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. It's time to stop explaining your choices and start owning them fully. Now here's the hard truth. If you continue explaining yourself, you're giving away your power. You're giving others the chance to shape your narrative. Let that sink in. The world doesn't need your justifications. It doesn't need your apologies. What it needs is you, your true, authentic self. Stop holding back. Live unapologetically. This is your life, and it's time to make it count. No more excuses. No more explanations. Just bold, unapologetic action. You've heard the message. Now it's time to take the leap. Start living your life on your own terms. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for someone to tell you you're enough. You already are. Now go out there and own it. Your life, your rules. No explanation needed. Go.